Atlove Clark. Ran out of battery time. Space on my phone. I had to clear up some video space. Anyway, I was talking about Bale and harp, and how he's a storm god, and how they love to worship Bale secretly, Illuminati, whatever. Catholic Church. It's all Babylon. But so Bale worship, right? And we were talking about harp and how the harp was used to settle the demon down that would bother Saul, okay? And the harp program, well, they called it the harp, and that demon that bothered Saul was a raging type of storming, raging type of demon, okay? Spirit. You want to call it spirit. But what I was saying also was that they all, like Illuminati and Freemason secret societies, love to worship Bale, okay? Because he's against Jehovah, but he's known as the God, Bale, and not Satan, the opposite, okay, as known as the adversary, okay? So, he doesn't like to be known as the devil. He likes to be known as a god. So, either way, he still gets to be worshipped as Bale. And all these other universal deities. But, my point was, Bale is a storm god. The Illuminati, Freemason, New World Order Society, Secret Society, Synagogue of Satan, is bioengineering and doing the chemtrails and making these their own chemicals, making their own storms, or making their own weather. Wouldn't that fit right in with Bale and those kind of motives, those kind of ideas? The storm god, controlling the weather, making it rain. Bale has been known, they worship Bale to make it rain. Fertility is not just people think the fertility that they're talking about, women having children. That's no, that's for crops, fools. Of course children has to have food, that's counted in, but it's crops, okay? It means you've got to have rain for crops. Now also the Catholics, they did the sprinkling on baptism. It comes from an old ancient Babylonian god of rain. What it is to stop the rain god from destroying the people and children. It's a promise that they devote themselves to the rain god. So that's why they sprinkle drops on their head when they baptize them as Catholic, because the drops is to represent that rain. Because even they recorded that flood, and I ain't talking about it being a worldwide flood. I'm just saying they have it recorded. It's kind of funny that their way of being saved is identical to the way that they would worship that God, that rain god, okay? That in ancient times, that's what they would do. Was after the flood, they knew the myth of the flood. That they knew that they believed that if they sprinkled this on the babies' heads, and that God wouldn't flood them. That God wouldn't come after them with rain, destroy them. Okay, so that's the origin of your phony dribbling water on the head of the Catholics when they're getting baptized. Okay, and when baptism is not for children. Okay, anyone that reads the Bible could know that. But anyway, that's just part of the point. Okay, so rain, weather manipulation, plus the fact that I can prove in the Bible, and I'm not going to do it right now, I can prove in the scriptures, though, that God gave Satan certain times. There's certain times where Satan has control over the weather. That's true. Okay, I'll show it to you in the Bible. I got my source material together, and I'll show it to you guys. Okay, because off the top of my head, I don't know where exactly to look, but part of it's in Job. Okay. You can see in Job the deal, the bet they had made, and God granted Satan a certain amount of power over whatever he wanted to do, as long as he didn't hurt Job, including weather manipulation, fire, all kind of things. Okay, so you gotta really know what the Bible says. I mean, so in certain times, who does control the weather? And is this a way of being, doing their own thing, but also it's Babylon Bale worship, because it's storm god. They're trying to, somehow Satan has reincorporated through his family the ideas how to control the weather, just like the old abilities that he may have been stripped of or whatnot. This is getting in pretty deep, but I wanted to talk about all those coincidences: harp, raging spirits, Bale being a storm god, the sprinkling on of the baptism to keep the rain god back, all that stuff we mentioned, because I can't even remember all of it right now at the moment, because it's so much, there's just so much connected. See, for me, I feel like the guy, if you ever watched Justice League Unlimited cartoon, okay, or you ever seen the comic books, his name's Q, okay? But I'm different than Q, because Q wears a mask. It's just like a rubbery mask. You can't see really any facial features. It's a mask, okay? Anyway, Q has all these, Q is like, after he believes there's a conspiracy, a worldwide conspiracy to control the world by evil people. And he connects all these dots, and he's one of the weird Justice League members. He doesn't wear a cape, he doesn't have superpowers, he's just a detective that has found a way to kind of like see things that other people don't see, and put things together other people don't put together, and people think he's crazy. Okay? Even his own Justice League members think he's crazy. They don't get it, but they know that because he's proven a lot of different times, that he's been right. So even though they think he's a nut job, they like him to be around, because a lot of times he is right, and they're not looking in the right areas, where sometimes it takes a nut to find a nut. Okay? Not always a squirrel. Okay? So don't be so squirrely, guys. Get some nuts. Alright? Grow some nuts.